What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is a video that I actually tried so hard to make for the entire month. So basically, this video is going to be, well, basically me going 12-0 using a budget squad. It's something that I've done every single month, and honestly, I only managed to do this last night. I played the game for a couple of hours. I tried a couple of times last week when I had a little bit of time, or 2 weeks ago when I had a little bit of time. I got to 9-0, 10-0. I lost one of them literally by a point on a game winner, and one of them I lost because I disconnected. I was just tired of it. And then I was 5-0 before I started recording this video. And the team that I won a couple of games with was, as you guys know, my budget squad series. His squad right here. And I'm gonna actually have to make a couple of changes to this squad soon enough, because say Hazonia is now like 8k and Batum's like 15k. And also Walter Davis is now suddenly like 20k. So yeah, but yeah, this is the team we actually ran with. So this team right here, hilariously enough, the starters are about 7k MT for all the starters. Like Beasley's still about 2k MT, Bamba's about 1.5, 2k MT, same with Kevin Knox and same with Isaiah Ryder. Like they're about 7, 8k MT, and obviously Ginobili's free. The bench was quite expensive. Miles is about 5k MT, Chi is about 4k MT. Walter Davis is suddenly about 15k MT. However, when I started this last night, he was about 8k MT yesterday, and suddenly he's gone way up in price because a lot of people are starting to figure out that this card's really good. So I can see him staying at around the 10 to 15k MT mark for quite a while. But I still think at that price, incredible value. Danny Green, just replace Danny Green. Like, if you guys want to make this exact squad, don't use Danny Green. Trust me. Go into the Ruby tier. Use Swaggy P. Use anyone really. There's a lot of really good players that you can use. I'm not sure exactly of the prices. Eddie Jones is probably equally as good. Brent Barry is probably better. Dick Van Aardale is literally the same player, except maybe Van Aardale's a little bit better on defense than Danny Green. But I used Green in there because I wanted to lower the team overall, keep it under 99. And also that I didn't realize he was AKMT. But anyway, yep, this is the team that I used. The point guard, we used Manu, who is just a god. Through 4 games, well, a lot more than 4, he is averaging about 20 points per game for me on this system. He did really well on my PC as well, playing against literally the best team in the game. He's shooting really well from the field, shooting incredibly well from 3, like 5.3 out of 7.8. Like, that is an incredible percentage. And most of them are leaners. Great 3-ball rating, great driving layup. He's a decent enough dunker, good ball control. He's quite fast. He's also a good enough defender. Isaiah Ryder is one of the best emeralds in the game. For about 2k MT, you cannot go wrong with this card. Again, averaging nearly 7 points per game for me. It says here I've only played 4 games with him. I've played so many. I must have sold him or put him in my auction house and brought him back, because I've played so many games with this guy. He's got a good open shot 3, good open shot mid. He's also got an unbelievable driving dunk. He can speed boost with any half-decent coach. He's also relatively fast with great acceleration, decent on defense, and he's just incredible in game. Kevin Knox is Kevin Knox. Glitchy animation, 6'9" wing, can shoot the mid, can shoot the 3. Can dunk really well, can speed boost, is fast, can block shots, and can play a bit of defense. He's incredible. Beasley is just an offensive machine. One of the best offensive players I've used this year. Can dunk really well, shoots unbelievably off mid and from 3. His release is cash in my opinion. Unbelievable dunker. He's really, really fast for a big man. He can also rebound quite well, and is not the worst defender, but not good obviously at that end of the floor. And then we've got Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba's a glitch. His 8-foot wingspan means he literally is just the most hilarious player model in game. Like, one of the games I played with Mo Bamba, he literally had something like 27 points, 12 rebounds, 7 blocks, 7 assists, something ridiculous like that. Like, he nearly had a quadruple double in a 5-minute quarter game, where he only played half. He played the first and the third quarter and nearly had a quadruple double. Like, it was absolutely nuts. But this guy is the best value card in my team, the best cheap card in my team by far, and in my opinion, a top 5 center in my team. In my opinion, he's top 5 anyway, but I don't think anyone can argue that he's not an elite center and not one of the top 10 centers in this game. He is that good, and he's literally 1.5 to 2k MT. Off the bench, obviously, Walter Davis is the GOAT. He's basically Manu, but he can dunk, but obviously doesn't shoot as well from 3. I like running these 2 guys as my 2 point guards, especially if I am going with budget squads. They're so nice to run. They can compete with anyone, and they both have Hall of Fame difficult shots. Danny Green, 3-and-D guy. I used him for the squad, but again, if there's so many guys you can use so many 3-and-D players in this game. I just didn't even realize that he was so expensive. There's so many great 3-and-D guys to use. Wouldn't use Danny Green, but just that type of player. Hazonia as well has gone up to 8k MT in the last day from like 2k MT. It's actually crazy. But Hazonia is incredible as well. Still really underrated. Can shoot the mid, can shoot the 3, can dunk really well. is moderately fast, an unbelievable defender, cannot block a shot to save his life, even with 95 block because of his height. Has dunked on a lot, but is just completely locked down and can run the break and dunk really well. Miles is Darius Miles. You guys know what this guy is. Incredible shooter. His rating's not the best, but when he's open, he doesn't miss. He's got a great release. He's got 97 driving dunk. He can speed boost, got a great block, shot contest, and steal. Insane lateral quickness, good rebounding stats, and a great defender. Again, Zhou Qi is Zhou Qi. He can shoot, he can play in the post a little bit, he can dunk, he can block shots really well, he's fast. He's like a worse version of Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba is like Zhou Qi on steroids. So anyway, yep, this is the team that we used. Now let's go over the games. We did only play 7 because we did happen to go 5-0 before this, but again, most of it was using a budget squad as well that you guys can see on the channel for evidence. So now let's go over the game. So we started off obviously 5-0 as I said, and the first game we do come up against quite a decent team, nearly all diamonds, some nice diamonds like Scottie Pippen and LeBron James. I think one of his players may be cheap, maybe more expensive than my all squad. We started off unbelievably well. Manu Ginobili just taking over this game. Him and fadeaway threes are just incredible. Ginobili is so difficult to guard in this game, especially if you learn his leaner, because it is one of the most OP ones in the game. But I started to pull away from this guy. He did have the much stronger team, and kind of at the end of the second quarter, or middle of the third quarter, sorry, he kind of realized he wasn't going to win and rage quit the game. And hilariously enough, I played a game straight afterwards, and I come up against the exact same player. And we start off the game the exact same way. While he's a little bit closer to start it, it's only a matter of time until I start to pull away. Ginobili there hitting a 3 to give us an 8-point lead. And at the end of the first quarter, while up 7, he rage quit. Game number 3, this is what I want to call the Mo Bamba game. This is the game where I know, like, the opponent's squad isn't the best. It's not terrible. A couple of pink diamonds, a couple of rubies, a couple of amethysts. This is the Mo Bamba game. He just took over completely both ends of the floor. And Mo Bamba, as of right now, he's hit 2 of 2 from 3. Now he's 3 of 3 from 3. Isaiah Ryder actually had a great game here as well. When he's open, he doesn't miss. And again, another 3-point shot for Mo Bamba. He had 4 threes in a row to start the first quarter. Going coast to coast and finishing over Karl Anthony Towns isn't something that's easy to do. And he goes straight away in the third quarter and hits his 5th 3. And he makes a 6th 3 in a row. And look at this. You've never seen a player in the game block a shot like that. Not even Galaxy Upper Wilt. But Mo Bamba just took over this game. From 2, from 3, from mid on defense, he just dominated. Like, my opponent was not the best defender, but still, that doesn't take it into account, or it doesn't take away from what Mo Bamba did. In 10 minutes, half the game, 29-5, 3, and 6 blocks while missing 1 shot is incredible. This game here, I was really dreading it because this guy had such similar jersey colors to mine because I'm colorblind, but thankfully, this guy rage quit before the game started. Then we came up against quite an easy opponent right here. His team is not great, a lot of sapphires, a couple of emeralds, and again, we start off the game in control. These are the games where you should win. 99.9% of the time I will win a game like this, but you gotta just make sure you take control of the game, and I didn't early. This guy kept it quite tight, but it was only now when I started to pull away. So he had a 16-point lead, 3 there from Kevin Knox to make it 19, and we end up getting a 33-point lead in the third quarter, and he just stopped playing. This game right here, again, it's against an okay competition. Like, Tom Chambers is decent enough. He's got the amethyst Vince Carter, but it is still a budget squad that I don't believe is as good as mine, even though it's similar enough price-wise. But yeah, we again took control really early of this game. Mario Hezonja, this was a really nice game for him. He had been the main defender on the team, but in this game here, he started stepping up big time in offense. So he has 14 points there. And yeah, we just, again, there's another game where we completely just took control from the very start. And there's not too much this guy was able to do. And eventually, I'm not sure if he disconnected or he rage quit down 30, but we did get the win. This was the scariest moment of this entire video. So we're 11-0. We're coming up against an alright squad. Like, a couple of diamonds, but I'm still confident. This is times 20. This is about 4 or 5 minutes worth of me sitting there. And then suddenly the moment of truth, there's no many players in this game. I'm scared I'm going to get a loss. But thankfully, thank God, rather than getting the loss, I went right back into the menu and it said that I just never played that game. I was so happy. And then luckily for me, I came up against the worst team possible in the game for 12-0. This again, like, I wasn't even taking this game too seriously at the start, and he was actually running me quite close. But then later on in the game, I just kind of got into a zone. I was playing so much of 2K that I wasn't even really focusing. I was just kind of in some sort of a weird zone where I was kind of half focusing on the game, half focusing on other things. So even though I did manage to comfortably beat this guy, I didn't even realize the game was over when it was over. But yeah, and again, for you guys that want proof that these were the games for 12-0, Obviously here is just going through everything what happens after the game. Series complete. 12 wins, 0 losses. We get Michael Finley. We get a duplicate Michael Finley. So we get 1,500 MT for discarding him. I wish you could get one of your choice because Larry Johnson is one that I need. Manu would be great for this system. But unfortunately, we have Finley, who we already have. And now we get Jason Williams. Again, a card that I don't really want. I don't really plan on using him. But even though we did go 12-0 again for a video, the smart thing would have probably been to wait at 11-0 for the next month's reward because it would be better than Jason Williams. So anyway, that's the video. This, in my opinion, is an incredible budget squad. Like, I'd still consider it a budget squad, even though it's a little bit expensive. So let's just throw in Dick Van Aardale and replace Hazonia with... I don't know, who's cheap? I think Brent Barry's still quite cheap. Like, this team is no worse, to be honest, maybe. Like, it's honestly no worse than the team, and it becomes actually a lot cheaper. It goes from, like, a 50 or so KMT squad to, like, a 35-ish KMT squad. So, yeah, while I wouldn't use the exact squad I used, it's not, this squad here isn't that far off. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.